What is happening, web heads? Guys, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, back on the mic straight from my vacation in Georgia. That's right, guys. I am back. My daughter had a dance and nationals competition over in Savannah, and while I was in Savannah, I went to about 5 or 6 different shops. At the end of this video, I will leave you a couple of videos of the shops that I did visit in case you didn't see those videos and the items I picked up from there. But in case you don't want to watch those, I decided to do one gigantic haul of everything that I picked up while I was in Georgia. And it was a blast. So let's start off with the graded comic book. You know, someone mentioned in the comments, hopefully you get a cool slab while you're there. So I didn't get probably the best slab or the most significant slab, but I wanted to get a memorable slab. So I'll always remember, oh, why do I have this slab? Oh, it was because I was in Georgia, and you can never forget an X-Force slab, right? So I wound up picking an X-Force issue 1, 9.2. This book cost me $35. This would cost you more to send it out to CGC to get it graded than it spent for me to buy this, right? So I was like, because it's X-Force issue 1, I will always remember that I picked this up at Savannah, Georgia. And so that's really why I picked it up. X-Force is an iconic book, even though it's not worth anything. It was just cool to have it in my collection. So now I have that, and I have about 5 other issue number 1s, just raw copies. All right. Then I went to this one shop that sold t-shirts. It was called Odin & Son, and I wound up getting this Infinity Gauntlet t-shirt. And I don't think I see this all too often, but I decided to pick it up. I think they were selling their shirts for like $20. So I was like, cool, got myself a brand new shirt. Then we got all the other comics. So in the previous video, you might have seen the new Comic Book Day comics I did pick up. I'm just going to breeze through these books on just the stuff that I picked up, not show interior art, because you saw that on the new Comic Book Day haul. So here we go. We got mysterious paper bags. We got a purple bag. Let's get going, all right? So first thing here we got is we have Spectacular Spider-Man issue 229. The finale. This is a pretty cool cover. It's kind of like the Justice League is Dead cover. It looks like that. You open it up and you'll just see Scarlet Spider-Man there. So that was awesome. So I scored that. Then I wound up finding a number 12 of the original Secret Wars series. I don't have all these issues. I only have, I think, issue 7, issue 8, and I think now issue 12. That's all I have of this entire run. So I was excited to get that. I paid $10 for that. And then I got the Avengers issue 260. This is the first cover appearance, I think it was Nebula. Yes, featuring the secret origin of Nebula. So that was kind of cool. So I picked that one up also for $10. Then I got this cool What If the Hulk Had the Brain of Bruce Banner. So this is from the original What If series. And this is issue 2 of it. And it's kind of funny because this has happened in comics already. And this was just an idea that they had in a What If book. So that was really cool. Then I picked up this Tigra old school book. And this one is Marvel Chillers featuring Tigra, the Werewoman. This was a $5 book. This is issue 4 of the series. Really picked it up because also Kraven is in the book. So Spider-Man fan decided, hey, why not? Pretty badass. This was a pretty clean copy of The Amazing Spider-Man issue 233. I paid $10 for this book. It's got the tarantula on it, and I thought that was a nice little grab there. Then I wound up picking up a book I've never owned. This is The Amazing Spider-Man issue 308, Todd McFarlane cover. So I paid $10 for this book also, so that was pretty awesome. Then I came across one book that I do regret buying now that I wish I didn't buy because I saw it at another shop that it was cheaper, and I wasn't sure if I was going to see this book again when I picked it up. And the condition was better, and I didn't really check the condition when I originally picked this up, and I should have been more thorough, and I usually am, but I was excited to find it. I picked up Spawn issue 1, raw copy. $40 I paid for this. And when I went to another shop, there was 2 other copies. One was $25 and one was $30, and I feel like they were in better shape. Now, being that you're seeing this in its bagged and board, it doesn't look bad, and it is not a horrible copy, but there is multiple spine ticks on it, and there is this big wrinkle right here in the top, like right here, and I didn't notice that when I picked it up. This ticks I don't mind, it's just a big crinkle right there, and I was like, oh man, that kind of ruins a grade there for me. I mean, I would say because of that, I don't know if you could press that out, but I would say that it might take it down to like an 8. I mean, that just really frustrated me. So I was pissed off that I wound up getting that book at that particular shop. And I should have known better, because the way the shop was taken care of and the way their product was taken care of, I was a little sketchy about buying stuff from there anyway. But it is what it is now, so can't do anything too much about it. All right, next place I wound up going to is this place called Planet Fun. I bought a few books from there. It's a second-hand store. They had comics, dirt cheap comics, $2 for a Thor issue 354. I thought it was a cool looking cover. That's why I picked it up. Next, paid $3 for Amazing Spider-Man issue 243. Great comic, not bad shape. It's got some ticks in it, but not bad at all. For $3 on an old Amazing Spider-Man issue, pretty cool. And then I paid $3 for this Iron Man issue 249. I thought it was pretty cool, as it has Dr. Doom on the cover, so I thought that was pretty neat. Then I picked up this random issue of X-Men issue 8. I don't know why I picked this up. I thought it was a cool cover with Bishop on there, battling Gambit, and I always like Rogue on covers, so I thought that was pretty neat. Then I was desperately trying to find the first War Machine armor, in that Iron Man issue. I couldn't find it whatsoever, but I did wind up picking up War Machine issue 1 for $5. So I thought that was kind of cool. That's a classic 90s comic right there. This was one of the more nicer comics I picked up. This was Cable and Deadpool. This was issue 1, Rob Liefeld cover. I thought this was a nice looking cover considering it's Rob Liefeld, but when these two are classic together, Deadpool and Cable. I love the over exaggerated Cable, how buff he is, and the guns he has, and that crazy ass backpack. I thought this was a pretty neat issue. I paid $30 for this one. This one's in good shape. One of my more favorite books I did pick up this week was Mark Spector Moon Knight issue 1. I thought this was a really nice little book to have in your comic collection, especially Moon Knight, as popular as he's been this year. Even came with the card, which I thought was awesome. So I was excited to get that one. Paid $25 for this book. Then we got this Fantastic Four issue 369. As it's got Malice on the cover, so I thought, hey, why not? I paid, I think, $3 for that book. And then I paid $2 for this Fantastic Four issue 300. So I thought that was a pretty cool deal as well. All right, next we go into the mysterious purple bag, right? And here we get to see a whole bunch of stacks of comics. And I think this is mostly new comics, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's go through this. All right, so here we go. All right. So, from what I heard, 8 Billion Genies had a printing error this past week. And I mentioned this on the Facebook group. Supposedly, I guess what Charles Soule said is that the book is too dark. Not meaning that it's a dark book, but the book itself, the coloring is too dark. So they decided to say, hey, if it gets to comic shops, destroy it, and we're going to re-release it on the 29th. So obviously not everybody destroyed their copies, and they still sold it. So when I went to this place called Planet Fun, which is a secondhand store, they also sell new comics, and I guess they didn't get the memo because I wanted to buy 2 copies of 8 Billion Genies issue 2. I got the regular cover, And I wound up getting the variant cover. So I wound up getting both of those. All right. And then we get to the shop, and I also wound up getting Spawn, which I missed out on a couple weeks ago. So that was issue 330. Let's see. Radiant Black, issue 15, which I tell you what, guys, I did read this book. And if you missed the QR code at the end of this book, scan it, because it's an animated short, and Radiant Black is in it. He makes his first appearance in like some kind of show or movie or whatever you want to call it. And he does battle. Really cool stuff. I definitely suggest you guys pick this up, or if you have not scanned that QR code, read it or scan it, so because it adds to the story. Can't talk, but there you go. Next, do a Powerbomb issue 1. This was a really good book this week. I love this first issue, one of my favorite books of the week. Another copy of 8 Billion Genies, issue 2. So I had 3 copies altogether. Wound up getting the, oh my God, what's it called? Totally forgot the name of the book. Grimm. Yes, Grimm. Got the Virgin variant there. Really nice comic book. Great and interesting, different type of story, right? Wound up getting Spider-Man 2099 Exodus. Captain America issue 1, that Sentinel of Liberty. It's an okay story. A Town Called Terror issue 3. Great artwork. I don't know if I'm going to continue the story. I loved issue 1. Issue 2 was okay. Issue 3, there's just not enough story progression. And I find myself loving the art, but I'm losing myself in the story with the artwork as well. Can't make out all the characters. Spider-Gwen Gwenverse issue 3. Seven Sons Part 1. I wasn't into this story. Wound up getting the new Fantastic Four reprints, as it tells you all the story on how these guys formed together, which I thought was really cool, because we're getting the release of the new Fantastic Four issue 1 again. And I wound up getting the Jurassic League issue 2 of 6, which was a phenomenal story. And then last but not least, I wound up getting the Invincible Iron Man King Size Special issue 1 with Namor on the cover. I thought this was a cool little book to have. $10, not the best of shape whatsoever, but it's a classic. And there you guys have it. There is all the stuff I picked up while I was on vacation. It required multiple trips to the same shops, visited multiple stores, but man, I had a blast checking out all these places. And this was just the one video to see everything that I picked up. So if you guys like this, you know what to do. I'll leave you more content right here. In fact, like I said, these are the videos where I visited these shops. So until next time, guys, as always, keep buying, keep collecting, but most importantly, always read your comics. Take care, guys. Bye.